X-rays were negative, so obviously when you see him walk off the field like that, very concerning, but the X-rays were negative, so that's a positive. I think just putting him in the day-to-day category is probably where we're at right now.
I understand that, of course, the losing is frustrating and starting to build on each other, but when you have an injury scare like that, does it just feel like one thing after another right now?
That one, I held my breath. I think we all did, because, when you're scuffling and to potentially lose a guy for 4 to 6 weeks is obviously very scary, but, exhaled, sigh of relief after hearing that it was negative. And, to lose him longer would have been really tough to overcome. But so we dodged a bullet there, and I don't know how he's going to come out of today, but see how he comes in tomorrow. But if not, then we'll have rushing at first base.
How scary is it when it's him that's going to you in a situation like that, supposed to
Yeah, he just doesn't come out of games, and so I didn't know kind of why he was walking towards me, and so it was kind of, and then hearing him saying that it was his wrist and he can't continue. So yeah, I was really worried, and typically it's the other way around.
Just follow up, what did he say during the conversation?
He just said, hit my wrist, and I'm going to go get it checked.
How frustrating is the stretch losing 10 out of 12? I guess the Brewers we point to, but just this whole stretch.
It's frustrating, and I think that's a word that everyone uses when things aren't going well. But you also have to make your own breaks, and when things aren't, things are tough. You can't do things to sabotage yourself. And today, specifically, it was the defense, and I thought, given extra bases, extra outs, that affects the starter, that affects the bullpen, situationally, at bats for the other team, and then when we had opportunities, we just didn't make pitches. So all that kind of, snowballs into giving up runs. And I love the fight at the end. Uribe's got good stuff, and so that was good. That was encouraging. And the irony is, Mookie hits a ball over 100 miles an hour with the bases loaded, and their guy hits a flare that is a 2-out knock, scores 2 runs, and that's baseball. But I think just seeing how Mookie swung the bat today, I was encouraged by that. Obviously setting the table for Shohei, who had another homer. So there were some things that I liked, but ultimately, we've lost 10 of 12.
These last couple nights, is that sort of a byproduct of you guys scuffling? Is that like focus in certain spots, or how do you sort of explain to the defense?
I think that the defense, the plays that I've seen, I think are lack of focus. That's what I feel. The Tommy play, that's just a tough play. I mean, to get to the ball, to turn, fire, and get it across the diamond, and Freddie had a tough pick. So that's something that Tommy made a good play, but, the fly ball, the grounder, those things just can't happen. And recently we're seeing that more and more. And like I said, that shouldn't happen with our club.
The ninth the ball kind of got away on Dalton's infield single. Was that a play that Ohtani should have sort of hit rounded third a little bit harder, or did you feel like that's a chance there to score?
I didn't look back at that, but obviously Vaughn made a good, strong throw there, but I didn't see. I was watching the play in front of me, so I couldn't really tell what Andy was doing as far as, how hard he was going or how far off third base he was. It didn't get away that far from him, and he did make a strong play, but at the end of the day, we had bases loaded, brings Mookie to the plate, and he squares the ball up, and, we're one, close to walking him off, but it just didn't happen.
Did you allow yourself to think for a minute with bets coming up in that situation that, the slump was going to end, it was going to be a big hit? It's kind of looked like a Hollywood script being written.
I did. I actually did. That would have been a great way to finish today, given, the lineup switch at the top today, and that's what I was hoping for. But, he still took good at bat, and a guy that's throwing, 100-mile-an-hour bowling balls, and he squared it up, and he hadn't done that in a while, so that was good to see.
Is it surprising for you to see that kind of lack of focus, like you said, first series out of the All-Star break when there has been time off, time to reset?
Yeah, Yeah. I mean, I just think that it's just uncanny. I think that up until the last handful of days, or few days, this series, I think Andy has played as good a center field as anyone in baseball, and so to kind of have the hiccups that we've had the last couple days, very uncharacteristic, and you just want to make sure that it's not the offense, bleeding into the defense, because that's something that that's not acceptable, because when you're playing a premium defensive position, the defense is very important, and we need those plays to be made.
Dave Clayton showed his fire when he came out on the bench. How good is it just to have that guy that's showing his energy, showing his want for success like that?
It's great. It's great. I mean, yeah, he wasn't happy with how things played out, and I thought how the first 3 innings were going and how that 4th inning was going. I felt where the pitch count was at, he could have easily got through the 5th inning, and things change when you give up bases and base runners and things like that. So I think all of it was frustrating for him, knowing that he wanted to get through at least 5 innings or beyond, and we've got to support him too, and he was upset.
Are you starting to see that, just the emotional side of all of this, starting to kind of get to some of the guys?
Yeah, I think so. Guys are competitors, and losing stinks, and anyway you lose. But so guys are getting, as we said earlier, guys are getting frustrated. You see a kind of more emotion coming, and but you've got to kind of find a way to reset, come back fresh tomorrow, and play good baseball. And these 3 games and 6 games or whatever it is against the Brewers, we just haven't played good baseball. We haven't. And so it's in there, and we've got to do that.
Snell got through 4 today with OKC. Does he need another one?
He's going to have another one. So it'll probably be Saturday. So he'll have another one on Saturday, and it'll be a 5 and 75. And then at that point in time, it'll be a conversation on kind of if he comes back with us or does another one. And Blake was good too. Trina was good too.
What are your expectations for Shohei tomorrow?
3 innings. The goal is to go 3 innings, and then we've got Dustin May to take down as much of the game as we need behind him.
He hit a home run opposite the field 2 days in a row. How do you evaluate?
I love it. I think his swing's in a really good spot. Took a walk late, opposite field, certainly left versus left, not trying to just pull the baseball. Shohei's in a good spot. Shohei's doing everything we need to do from him.
Clayton, can you talk about we saw the emotions out there when you came out of the game, just the challenges of navigating through a lineup when you aren't getting the quality defense that you're used to behind you as well?
Oh, no, I was just frustrated myself. Yeah, we scored 3 runs and I gave up a walk, and it's just frustrating.
What kind of led to that for you? I know you were relying on the splitter a lot. Was that game planning, kind of what was working for you or what wasn't working for you?
I thought I pitched okay. Just made some mistakes, and I was just frustrated. It happens. We're not playing well as a team, and I wanted to help win the game today and didn't do enough to do it, so I was frustrated.
I feel like mixing in the splitter or something like that, the quick pitch was like just byproduct of facing the second straight start, or what was sort of went behind that?
I don't know. I threw it at what I thought I needed to do. I didn't really. I don't know.
How frustrating is this stretch? Obviously, just considering, especially having something like Freddie getting hurt at the end of it, so like that, just having a sour note to start after the All-Star break.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm frustrated. We're all frustrated. Yeah, I don't know how else to say. We need to win a game. No excuses, just play better.
Of course, there's been a lot of talk, just top of the order, switch up. Did you find that for you it could be a mental kind of relief and not having to overthink some things at the plate, or is it just another day at the ballpark, another position on the field?
It's just another day at the park. Nothing really changed, so it doesn't matter.
With looking how these last now few weeks have gone for this group, it's clear the frustration is building. Is there a conversation that you all have amongst each other? What has got to be the key for you all to kind of get back on track?
Just got to play better. I mean, in all facets. I can't speak for everyone. I just know for me, I just got to play better. Just got to figure it out.